And I'm sitting here today, and it's raining men today, okay? So if I had the song, I would have played it. It's raining men today, men that I've known for a while. So it's like a little reunion. We have a newbie today, but I know him through the channels. So it's funny how the channels just coordinate together and everybody connects, and that's what we do on the show. So first I want to introduce my buddy here, Mike Diaz. Known him for years, has been a Breakfast Club member forever and ever. Mike, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Chris Fidis, who is one of the co-founders of the Long Island Breakfast Club 16 years ago when we got thrown out of the diner because we were too smart, too loud, and didn't need enough.
Spending stuff.
We didn't spending enough money.
No.
And my newbie here, Frank Vitale,
Hello.
he's an actor, he's an import-export administrator, does all kinds of work at the airport, and I have to say that since I posted your picture, I got tons of women calling me. Who is that
stop
handsome
it.
guy? No, I'm telling you, you got a lot of people that sent me messages.
Well, thank you.
So isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I think it's nice. So anyway, it's good to see you. Today is Groundhog Day. And I understand that the groundhog said we're having a lot of winter still.
There's a conflict
Yeah.
between Tony Phil and the other one.
And,
From Staten Island.
Yeah. One says no winter. One says which one is right.
well, I'm sure Malvern had the big thing. They always, Malvern Mel.
We don't know what
Oh,
he
they
said.
have one too?
Your Malvern
I
Mel
think went out
has,
Shirley. Everyone's got one today.
has the groundhog event this morning.
Oh.
I didn't make it though because I was a little tired this morning. So I was up late.
We're going to watch Groundhog
And then
Day.
also Kiwi Fruit Day. So everybody go home and eat a kiwi for good luck. And Tater Tot Day, which is the potato,
I love
frozen
tater tots.
potatoes.
I started a war on internet. Onion rings or tater tots?
Tater
You
tots.
started it?
There it is.
Okay,
Oh,
tater tots, man.
there's no, yeah. See, there's no in between on that.
No, there
there's
isn't.
no in between on that. So if it's on the menu, which
I
one
would
you get?
say tater tots because sometimes when you get those onion rings at the
Yeah.
diners,
Oh.
it's just
They're not
batter.
that good. Yeah.
You got to have the right seasoning. You
But
gotta
if you
use-
get them
But
at
Bobby Flay said that anytime they had to push something fast off the menu,
That's
clear out the
it.
fridge, they put it as a special with onion rings. If they put it with onion rings, it moves.
But if you get them the rings at Outback, get it.
Well, that's the bloom.
That's the
one,
bloom,
right?
not yet.
But you could have to stop a lot on the way home. So, but anyway, it's nice to have this review here.
Groundhog Day.
I'm
for
missing
having us.
Greg. You'll meet Greg the next time. Greg is the doll. He's just out convalescing a little. He'll be back probably Monday or Thursday. So, hi, Greg. Hope you're watching. Please share the show for us. And, Valentine's Day's in the air. Don't you love our set? It's beautiful.
Yes, very nice.
Everybody knows that now we are called the Avenue at G's, this club. Tonight there is Latino night, so there's a lot of fun going on here tonight. I think it's 8 o'clock. So
Latina night.
every night is something different here, and it's kind of nice. And this is all brand new, so we love it.
Latina.
Yeah. Did you like how it looks? You haven't been
Yes,
here
I
in a
do.
while.
I
Yeah.
like the background.
They did a really nice job. Really, really nice.
It looks great.
Yeah. So anyway, let's start with Chris. Quick, let's go. Chris, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Every time I talk to you, you're doing something else.
I'm here and there.
Yeah, I
help
know
people.
that.
My job is to help people. Everything from taking their business and moving it forward, trying to improve their money, their baseline, meaning take their process, improve their procedure, and try to make their business grow.
Right.
I've done this all my life. I've made money for companies because that's what I did.
Right.
Took the problems, found a solution, and helped them implement it.
So right now you're concentrating on what? Security?
Well, the focus right now is the cybersecurity disaster recovery. As you hear
big
one
right now.
side, you don't talk about the other side. So, an example is you hear about all these places that had these cyber hits, ransomware.
Right.
Guess
Right.
what? I'm the only guy that I know, that I've read about, that took a customer in 15 and took a ransomware attack. She called me and said, Chris, my computer has got I'm encrypted. I said, pull the plug out of the wall. Go to the wall and pull the plug out.
Right, just kill it from the
Just
source.
kill it.
Yeah.
Right. Don't try to shut it. Just go pull it. So I said, call your IT people. And they told her to pay the ransom, $600.
To pay the
They
ransom.
want, yeah, pay the ransom. They wanted to get Bitcoin account, give her driver's license. No, don't you dare. Give me 5 hours. I called up a friend of mine in Atlanta, Georgia. I said, how do I find her QuickBooks and Peachtree files? What am I looking for? So he told me. 4.5 hours later, turned the server back on. I said, go try your machine. How'd you do that? We got lucky. We got lucky because the files that we were looking for were in a place that they didn't get touched. All her financial records for 5 years prior to 15 were there.
Oh, wow.
She would have had to recreate all. That would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then from that, anybody with QuickBooks and Peachtree, I do that disaster recovery planning. So when somebody calls and says, hey, I don't have my QuickBooks is not working. You got a backup? What's a backup? Or no, good luck.
They never backed it up.
I have one that gave me 2 hard drives and said, listen, I need my QuickBooks files. I had to go and he had to resurrect his drives and go search for them. And I go, what you're looking for is not here. Did your wife ever do a backup? I don't know. And it's not going to be there. So you got to back up stuff.
Right.
So when somebody says I got hacked, okay, so where's your disaster recovery plan?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden it's like looking at a deer with head. They don't know. They don't have the other part.
They're totally oblivious to it.
Yeah, you got to have one with the other.
Well,
and
it's
you
true.
got to test it. You got to do a real.
You got to
bring it back up. That was
that's
one
the
of the
whole
big events when a lot of the financial industry went down.
Absolutely.
Turned out their off-site and backups weren't what they thought they were
right.
when they had actually implemented it. So good disaster recovery.
Trained.
Yeah,
I was trained.
You know this.
Through
We've talked
my
about this.
career.
You know this.
IBM Sterling Forest was my first time dealing with disaster recovery planning for call center. And I went to Nyack and I went into the mountain, and this guy Dave Cassara took me around and said, "Let me show you what we do here." And he's telling me Goldman Sachs is here and this one's here. Here's their server room. So if there's a disaster in New York City, they can operate like today.
Yeah.
You know, and he said to me, that's the importance of disaster recovery planning. Forget about everything else. You know, deploying the employees and having them access to data.
Turn that switch on.
Exactly.
Does it work? Because that's not the time to find out
No.
you missed something in the coding or
Exactly.
a bug someplace.
So I started doing that from Verizon days
Yeah.
back in 2004. Actually, my customer I worked for in Hicksville. Where's your disaster recovery plan? You got to have one. How do you recover?
They don't have like a standard operating procedure in place.
Well,
or
there
nothing?
really isn't because
And you'll be surprised how overlooked it is.
Yeah.
So some people just have the back. You know, they do the backup, but they've never tested it to see if it works.
Well, I never do a backup. That's why
See?
I have him.
Yeah, so
I
when
call him, and then he has the connection to my computer at home.
We were
so
just
we
talking
can
about
both
it.
look at it together.
I just did that. It's like a week ago on a document, and I
Yeah.
just pulled it up, and they're not there, and I'm like,
You'd be very surprised.
it's reverted back to an old one. I'm like, oh man, I wish I
Well,
properly
what
backed
about
up.
when people put stuff into like the cloud? Is that secured itself, or what do you think?
Do you really want to trust the cloud?
I personally don't.
By the way, I trust
don't.
I
I put
trust the
everything on
cloud
my
better than my
device.
own laptop,
what
but
I'm getting
that
at,
cloud is
It works.
saved me a number of times.
Yeah, I'll give
but
you
it's
an
only as
example.
good as the cloud server and the person running it.
unless you lose
That's true.
access to your cloud.
That's very true.
Right.
It's only as good as the
Okay.
person running it.
So right now, I'm going to leave unmentioned, but there's an account that disappeared. You can't log into it. You can't find it, and there's stuff on there that you can't get to.
So it's completely locked out.
Yeah, until you recover it. And those accounts, I don't care if it's Google or anybody else, if you can't prove who you are or you didn't save your credentials, good luck.
There's a lot of businesses are using third-party cloud-based software to run their
Yeah,
product and their interfaces and everything.
yeah,
But right, if the company disappears tomorrow,
they're gone.
so is your business.
And everything with it.
Is
Yeah, it's
right?
scary.
Are you checking them? Are you checking the financials? Are you getting are you kicking the tires a little bit
Yeah.
just to make sure that whoever you're using for this stuff?
Well, here's the thing. When somebody says, I want to back up, what are you looking to do? Walk me through what you think you're going to do.
Yeah.
Tell me what you need it for. Okay? Tell me what is it you want to do with your backup, and then how do you want to recover? Well, I got a tape drive. Old days, obviously. Or I have this proprietary backup strategy. Guess what? If this stuff doesn't work, you're not getting your files. They're not native like they're on a hard drive.
So what would be the best security measure?
Well, the first thing is, what is it you're backing up? Okay? And I'll leave it like this. when somebody buys a laptop or a computer, perfect example, and they get a backup drive. I love this one. So
You're talking about the external hard drive.
external. I'll use the external as an example. So I've got a laptop or a hard drive computer, right? Okay, so you got a backup drive. Okay, what's backing up your backup?
Niente.
What do you mean?
Menta in Italian, that means nothing.
I've seen
That's what it was.
I've seen a backup drive go south.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything on that terabyte is gone.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to roll. You're supposed to go from backup 1, and then the next backup's on backup 2. So that way, if God forbid backup 2 doesn't work, you have backup 1 as a backup. And then you go to backup 1 again and overwrite that. So you kind of roll.
Yeah.
You have to, because you can't rely on one. You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing cloud-based, okay, well, how many hours is it going to take you to... There's a bunch of variables that you have to consider.
Absolutely.
How many hours and how much you're paying for bandwidth. So you have to really step through it piece by piece.
So it sounds like you do audits of this stuff.
You got to do an audit first.
And then flush out where the weak spots are. And then
Exactly.
because, like I said, it's when you got to go live on an offsite when you don't want to find out these bugs.
Yeah, give a quick example. A woman called me the other day. She's an insurance company here in Hempstead, and she says, I need cybersecurity. I said, what are you talking about? Her IT guy left, and she's using Carbonite. And I said, well, what happens when the server goes down? I take it to somebody so they can restore it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on the phone. So you're telling me that with all of this in place, if the server goes down, you got to take it to somebody, and you got to pay them. Why don't you have a bootable dongle that you can boot the machine?
A bootable dongle.
And grab
I never heard of that expression. What's a dongle? A bootable dongle?
And grab your backup from Carbonite and just restore the whole drive. She says they do it because...
That's the name of a band now.
Absolutely.
The bootable dongles.
I'm telling this is new. Bootable dongle. I don't know. I'm sitting here with all men.
They want a stronghold.
You want to put my dongle?
That means doesn't that mean something
It
like
does
sexy?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I thought so. I've heard it before. I've heard it somewhere before. But anyway, that's
After
funny.
doing what I've been doing for so many years, you just have to learn the right way to do something, and then maybe not the right way. You don't want to do certain things because people do it in such a way so they make sure they lock you in, that you need them for everything. I want people to be empowered.
Yeah.
Only call me when you really need me for
Well,
something.
I do that at midnight, when
I know.
I can't. I do a lot of work at night. So, unfortunately...
She'll go, her email is gone. I go, what'd you do? Well,
I'm like,
She got Valentine's Day on her mind.
so I go through this routine and I go, let's go check the back end deposit. And they go, there it goes.
But I lose a lot of stuff, and I don't know why. Sometimes it's my finger or the way I touch something, and then I get berserk.
Still talking about tech here?
Yeah. But Chris is actually, whenever I
that's
call
what she
him,
said.
he does fix it. He fixes it, that's for sure. So anyway, but how do they reach you? We're going to talk with everybody. How do they reach you?
If everyone like this, there's people who handle hundreds of customers. You got to be able to take care of one.
Yeah.
If you can take care of one, that's great. If you have a handful, that's great. You can't take care of hundreds. We can't take care of
Well,
one.
you try, but they say first take care of number one.
Take care of one.
And
Take care of
then
one.
you can take care of everybody else. But sometimes you try to take care of too many people, and it's
I'm a
not good.
boutique.
I do
I'm
that.
like one of those specialty boutiques.
You're a boutique.
I'm a boutique.
All
A
right.
boutique of services.
Niche guy.
Seriously.
Yeah, you got a
know,
niche.
You take a,
not a niche, a
well,
niche.
It's a personalized kind of service, whether it's business related or not. But the thing is, if you do that, then that's your.
So where do they find you? ChrisFidis.com?
The personal referral? They find me online. I'm serious.
I can refer you. I do all the time.
There are people who call once in a while. I don't get calls every day, but I do get people going, "Hey, what do you do?" And of course, if they really need it, but a lot of times they're just querying because they want to see what else is out there.
All right, well, Susan is
shopping
watching.
around.
Jenny is watching. Gloria Pagano, she's a performer. You know her? She's a singer. She's watching. And I see you have a friend here watching. Her name is, it's a boy. It's a man.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Craig DeSwalt. That's you. They say Mike Diaz is a rock star. When did you get this title?
From the guy whose business is Rockstar Marketing.
Oh,
Craig.
Oh, okay.
Now, Craig is fantastic. He's an amazing entrepreneur that helps individuals market their business.
So, Craig, make sure you watch, like, and share. We need your help. And feel free to give me a buzz anytime.
He's also, give him a plug, he's also a big Chiefs fan.
Chiefs. Oh, we're talking about
So
sports
I think
here.
the next 2 weeks he's going to be out of pocket for us. So.
Okay, well, that was
respect.
nice. So now, my friend here, what are you doing? You've done it all. You've done, I mean, I'll let you say what you've done. I've known
go
you
ahead.
for 6 years. You've helped people in debt. You do financial planning. You rescue people. You cook. You're a fisherman. You catch the biggest fish on Long Island.
Nice.
And now you're doing something else. So now I'm going to let you talk about that.
Okay, well, my background was in finance, and most recently was I had my own credit repair business, helping people get out of debt and get their credit fixed, and always helping people. But I had an incident about 4 years ago. I had a little kayak accident where I spent 17 and a half hours floating in the Long Island Sound overnight in a storm before I was finally rescued. And people would always, I was on God knows how many news stories, and the phone was off
You
the
were on the
hook.
front center of Newsday.
Yeah, Newsday, all the local TV
remember
stations,
that.
Connecticut. As a matter of fact, some newspapers in Texas and California picked me up on that story. But, the question that kept coming up, how'd you get through it? How'd you get through it? And I had some time to reflect on it. And what really dawned on me was that all the training I had through business and problem solving and all the different things that you figure out how to, in life.
When you're in business, right.
And they kind of apply into a lot of different aspects of your life. And all those things about keeping your focus, don't panic, get all those bad thoughts out of your head. These are all things I had learned over the years and through some really great friends of mine who I would consider mentors. All that stuff I was applying while I was in the water to keep my cool, to be able to get to the point where I was able to climb out on a lighthouse, believe it or not, to flag down help the next day. And so right now we're wrapping up, and I'll be publishing soon a book on my experience. But the book is really about all those things I learned and from all those people, all those influences, how that helped me and save my life in that water. That these can be applied to a lot of different aspects in life. And what I'm doing now is public speaking to businesses, sales groups, productivities. There's about 8 steps that you kind of follow that are kind of universal, and you can look these up, but they are there. And I'm living testament that mentality, that thinking, that get that negative thoughts out of the way, figure out how you're going to take care of. Don't wait for other people to do stuff. As my friend Jeff said, Mike, they didn't find you, you found them. My rescuers, because I flagged them down. And that was it. I wasn't going to be a victim. I was determined not to be a victim, and I wasn't going to just sit around wait until someone came. I was going to figure out how to get myself out of the water. So the speaking business, the title is, get out of the water. It's eight activities that successful people take to achieve their goals and their experiences. The book is more the story about it being in the water and all the flashbacks, a little more drama on that. But that's what we're going to do, tie those things together to help people, because I know one big thing that came out of that experience was, and Valentine, we've talked about this and I get choked up, is afterwards, what I learned was all the people that were looking for me. They didn't know me from Adam. They really didn't. But there were scuba diver clubs, and we got the Coast Guard and the Marine Police and the Marine Fire Department out there, all those. But you had fishermen out there looking. You had scuba clubs were out there looking for it. The staff at Comset Park, where I was last known to be, the staff went out to the beaches. There was so many people out there looking for me.
That's got to be like so overwhelming. Yeah.
And my message to people
Yeah.
is you're not alone. No matter how alone you think you are, there are so many good Samaritans out there. I think we get lost. Gets
It's
lost.
how do you stay positive and not,
yeah, so you're not alone. And then
go
the other one
crazy.
is this sort of mentality of thinking that it's sort of you train, and that's what the program I have is. It's a training program, it's a process of how to start breaking things down into the steps. Things you need to do, whether it's overcoming a problem, whether it's increasing your sales. And in Mike, that instance was, I was actually using those steps to survive.
He knows the God story, which is the guy's on a rooftop, the flood, and a guy with a life preserver comes over and says, "I'm going to help you." He says, "No, I'm waiting for God to help me." And then a rowboat comes. "No, I'm waiting for God to help me." Then a helicopter comes. "No, I'm waiting for God to help me." The guy dies. He gets up and he goes, "God, I thought you were going to help me. I sent you the life preserver. I gave
Yeah,
you a
yeah.
rowboat.
Yep.
In other words, you looked to help yourself. You weren't waiting for somebody.
Right.
You know, so he had your
Because
back.
you have to be
Right.
there for yourself
You have
too.
You know,
back.
the concept get out of the water in there was that was my goal, get out of the water. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes we get life can throw stuff at us
Sure.
that we get overwhelmed with, and you know the
Right,
proverbial
and
in
it's
the water,
also,
and you're just
you
treading.
can do it, right?
You're treading. I swam 90 minutes at the end after treading water for some 17, 16 hours. When I spotted that lighthouse, and I thought that would that'd be my next way
Right.
out. That wasn't easy. That my arms and legs are burning. And by the time I got, and they immediately, you know, they wanted to make sure hypothermia. I was 20 minutes from being released from the hospital, and then the kidney numbers came in, and I had developed so much myoglobin that they immediately put me on 2 IVs, flooded me for 2 days, almost drowned me. They were checking to make sure I could still breathe.
Oh,
they were
God.
pumping so much fluids in me. And the thing, you know, the testament was I felt at that moment that was my one last shot
To
to
make it.
survive. And I had to do it, and I kept swimming, looking up to see where I was, and adjusting it until I finally was able to put my hand on the rung of that ladder of the lighthouse and pull myself out.
It's an amazing, story. It's amazing how you did it. And I don't know that everybody could have survived what you did.
Yeah,
He had an
people,
angel behind. He had an
Yeah.
angel
yeah,
behind.
yeah.
him.
Do you do?
Everybody does.
You make your own angels, and there are angels definitely with you.
You never know.
There has to be. 'Cause,
Yeah, and the
Well, you
know,
got an
if you-
angel following you here, Cynthia A. Diaz Shepherd. Who is
that sounds familiar.
Is that your ex, or is that your girlfriend, or is that your sister?
It's my older sister, a professional writer who's wrapping up. Hey, how come you're not typing?
Really? She's not working.
She's doing
watching this.
She's doing the last edits to the book. I got to tell you, is I shared it with a few friends, and I know this from the barbecue world. Your friends are going to tell you everything's great, right? But I got to tell you, reading just from the first paragraph, she's got a style the way she wrote, and I was gripped, and I'm like, this is my story, and I'm getting sucked into to reading this. So she's a really talented writer, and I'm really blessed to have another angel. I'm blessed to have her being the co-author of the book, and
Well, we can't wait to meet her too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now we have Elizabeth Papadonia. She's a new fan. She doesn't understand the meaning of the show. Okay, so Elizabeth, the meaning of the show is everybody's somebody, and we're here to do positivity. We laugh, we live, we love, we talk about business, and we help everybody. So, Elizabeth, I see someone in the audience is saying that's a friend of hers. So Susan says hi, and thank you for watching. I'm sorry you don't understand, but if you look a little further and wait, you'll see we talk about everything and nothing. So, that's what we do. But nothing is important because something that happened to me today could be important. It might be nothing to you, but it is important to me.
See that book?
It's a continuation of the book.
This book,
My book,
Believe
From
it or
Fire
not,
to Freedom.
way before that book was published.
Hold that up.
Absolutely.
My
Can't plug a
baby.
book without holding it up.
This is a great book. It's got lots of stuff in here.
It does. It's my
stuff
life.
is in here, Feast of Famine.
Yes.
And I wrote that it was a premise of you're going to have the good times and you're going to have the bad times.
Right.
And then when the bad times come, are you ready
To weather
to
it.
account for all the good stuff that you got over the years?
Plus, the bad time was that we got thrown out of the diner on 110. And that's how the whole Breakfast Club started 16
Can you
years
imagine
ago.
getting kicked out of a diner?
We
if you
got
weren't
kicked
spending enough
out of the
money?
diner. So that man, God rest his soul, his picture's still on the wall.
Yeah.
And he's in, I don't know where part of heaven or hell he's in. But I went there to see if he was still alive, okay? And I said to her, I know him. And I said, is that your family? She goes, yeah. So I told them the story, and she said, that's him. That sounds like him. So we have to thank him because all these years, all the people in my book never would have happened because we were thrown out and the police came and Newsday came and we wouldn't leave. And they said, who are you? And we looked at each other, the 5 of us. He was the only man there.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, the Breakfast Club, like the kids in the movie. And that's how we've traveled since.
If you
Believe it or
remember,
not.
we were in Great Neck at the senior place, right?
Yes, the atrium.
And somebody from, I think it was that location where somebody from Brazil came up and said, where's the Breakfast Club? Who are you? Well, we're from Brazil, the million in Brazil. We saw your story. It said they came up
Well,
with
we
the
were
story.
on CNN. Who
But the-
gets on
but the
CNN?
point was, I'm like, can you imagine
we
the
went on
reach?
CNN and I couldn't get a job. So go
but-
figure, right?
But
You
you
know.
never know
Everything
where
just
you're going to
comes
find
together.
yourself.
Yeah,
out there,
definitely. We had a lot of fun. We still do, but now we're much, much more than just a club. We're a show. We're a referral business.
It's
We
a helping
take
each
on
other.
marketing. We take on whatever. You know, last week we saved a man's cemetery plot because
Oh, wow.
they wanted to sell it because he didn't pay his
Yeah.
bill. So I do stuff on the side as well. I do just about everything. They
We had-
call us when they don't know who to call.
Because a lot of it was the job changes.
Yeah,
you
now
found
it's
yourself right,
different,
but it's a
yeah.
lot more than that. But I remember that one of the guys. Remember the guy who was he had just gotten retired out of the Air Force,
Yeah, he's still around.
right? And he was,
David,
what I'm going to do
David.
in my life. And he was throwing down, people threw out different ideas. And next
And
thing,
he wrote a
it was
book
go out
too.
network, right? And he went out to a networking event, bumped into someone, and all of a sudden he got a job, a
Right.
procurement with some
And now,
big
you know
contractor.
where he is now?
What?
He's at the Cradle of Aviation.
Yeah, see?
He's there now?
Yes. He's
Wow, I
at
haven't
work.
visited
He's
him.
volunteering.
And that's because he
but
showed
loves
up on
it.
a Saturday morning.
There you go.
He
And said, I don't know what I want to do. This is what I used to do. I don't know what I want to do. And people just
A
threw out
gentleman,
ideas.
too.
and
He's traveling a lot, writing a
followed
lot.
up. And now he's
And then
pursuing
everyone
a
that
second
was
dream.
in my book wrote their own book now. So we publish books too now.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
everybody, when you write a book, your life opens. Happened to me. Now I'm in the Fontanas. I'm with the Ferretti Films.
Yeah.
I'm doing all kinds of great things. And that's what you should do when you're, over 50. So we are an over 50, but we're really not because we help kids.
Get out of the water. Don't tread. Don't sit there treading, right?
Right.
Go do something. A lot of people will help you.
So how are people reaching you if they want to get involved and listen to your speaking?
They go
gigs?
into the middle of the Long Island Sound. And wait. I'll be there either treading water or with a fishing line. No.
Here's the worst thing in the world that you could possibly hear is when this company is letting go of 10,000 people, 12,000 people, IBM, Facebook, Twitter,
Amazon.
Amazon. I mean, think about all those people right now. They have no clue on what to do in the loss of. You think we had it bad?
Right.
They have it worse because they were in the eloquent side of the house.
Right.
Programmers, event people. They didn't really work
Right.
like what we do. They did all the software side of the house, all the logical stuff.
The people side is the most important side in
Absolutely.
business.
Yeah.
But nowadays, unfortunately, they're doing a lot from home and it's different.
And they just
like as
lost
far
that.
as you lose that connection to people.
It's a hard
Yeah, I've witnessed that too.
Yeah. So now, Craig, what is he, like your sister? Because they're having a little love affair here, talking to each other on the thing. Anything can change. Oh, you're primo. He's like, you're terrific.
Craig has got
He's
this
like-
tremendous marketing business.
Oh, my God. He's
Surround himself with some of the smartest people in the business. How to do this stuff.
telling
got
your
so
sister,
many.
you were mine.
He's got. I can't tell you how many people he's gotten published, gotten the books out. His big thing originally was the book, and this is for plugging locally for Valentina. If you have a small business, or you have a business, or you want to present yourself as the expert of your industry, or the rock star of the industry, right? That's that's the goal,
Gloria
right?
Cabana
How do you get
saying-
clients?
she's
Be the
saying-
go-to person, right?
Right.
His belief is number one is write a book.
Well, I believe that
He
too.
wrote a book, put it out on how to market on a shoestring budget when the economy was tanking back 20, 30 years ago. Puts out a press release that he just put out the book. The local CBS in Los Angeles calls him up. Hey, we're doing a segment for small business owners, how
It
to get
takes
by.
time. It's that
I understand
one
you put out a
thing.
book. Do you want to talk about it? They never read the book. They never checked his background. But he wrote a book. People perceive that. And the second part of it, and again, this fits right into what Valentina's doing, is the second part of that is become a speaker. This is
Yes.
about being the go-to person in your industry,
And
the
yes.
expertise.
And not only that, when you're really down and out, libraries pay you $250. You could go to the library and get paid. There's a long list,
Yeah.
but if you figure out what you need to do to get in there, once you go to one library, if they like you, it trickles. So there's a lot of different things. So like
And that
the dream is I want
becomes-
like a library a day. 'Cause then
from
I don't even have to
250,
work.
it becomes
Yeah.
4-digit,
Yeah.
it becomes 5 digits, it
Just keep
becomes
plugging away.
7-digit
I do,
businesses. When you start getting your following and you get some, and because the rates, you start getting paid more and you get,
Right. And you just need that one hitch to the corporate company that gives you $1,000 for an hour for one person. And I've watched people do it because my mentor is my publisher, Stephanie Larkin. She talks at Yale right now. All right. And
Yeah.
let me tell you,
And that's a big paying job right
That's
there.
a weekend. But I learned a lot from her too. So writing a book changes your life. So
And Valentina, if someone wants to write a book or become a speaker, where do they go to?
me, they come to me. I'm the queen of everything. I do it all. And then I work with the publisher. I work with a lot of people in corporate. Sometimes I'm still trying to get that corporate job, but I don't want to go back to corporate. I want to be a freelancer. That's what I want to be because I don't want the politics. I had a lot of politics.
Nobody wants that. It's too much
in
headache.
corporate America, and I don't miss it at all.
No.
And but it's hard today. Now everybody has to help everyone, and that's why we do this show, because we all help each other. Usually things happen. So now here's another example of things happening. I did not meet this man until today. However, he's a friend on Facebook. He's a friend of a friend. We got to talking the other day, and he said he would come on. Last night, I posted his picture, and the film director called me. What's this about? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, how do you know him? I'm like, he's a friend on Facebook. Long story short is he is auditioning for a part in the Fontanas,
Yes.
and I did not know it. He goes, this is unbelievable. He goes, karma. He goes, well, it's good karma. I'm like, I know. So my friend Mike now, he's my friend. I told him a lot of women were texting me because they think he's gorgeous. So listen, that's great. So now all these men
Hear that,
today.
director?
Absolutely.
So you played in 3 films that I know of: Even the
Yes.
Score, Cairo Killer,
Right.
and Tapping Out. Now, Cairo Killer, is that with Donna Morales? That one or no? Is that the one where they blanded the guy with a hatchet over his head? No. What's Cairo Killer about?
Cairo Killer is a part that I play is Robert Colson.
Right.
If you watch the scissor reel on YouTube, you can see it.
Scissor reel on YouTube. We don't have it up, but you guys can watch it.
Yeah, I forgot to put that in there. Sorry. I run over a family.
Over a family
An
with a
entire
car?
family in a truck,
Oh my God.
a pickup truck, and I'm texting my
He's a good
girlfriend.
guy.
I've been getting a lot of that. I'm texting while I'm doing it at my girlfriend. That is like basically pissing me off. You'll see that in the film.
Is she anyone I know who plays your girlfriend?
Aren't they all paying their butts at this point?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know what, yeah. But now I'm thinking, are we supposed to hate you with this? Because you're too nice a guy. That's from acting if you're doing that.
Hey, listen, they wanted me to play this part. I played it.
And you did it well.
And Richard Kern says I did it well. I did exactly what he wanted, and if he's happy with it, I'm happy
Wow.
with
As
it.
long as he didn't run him over, literally.
No, but what was fascinating?
Well, because I
was
want to know, did you like run over them or did you hit them with the?
Well, he's
I was
back
gonna
to tell
explain
him.
that.
Let him talk.
So when the family's in position, I had actually the director behind me, Nelson Smith. Shout out to Nelson. He was like, "Can you basically put it in reverse, get onto the road, and do a little swerve, and then back up some more?" He's like, "Yeah, I can do that." So basically, they shot in reverse. So when they shot it forward, it looks like I'm going directly at them.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Smart.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you
it was a
swerved,
lot of.
so
How
you-
many times did you do the scene?
Basically, I did a test run first with Sarah Martin. She was helping me. She was basically being the place marker away from the actual scene, so I would get a feel for the car, so I know when to stop. And then, Joe also provided the truck, so thanks to Joe. And so when we got that down packed, the second attempt was me actually going towards them and stopping at a certain point. So we did that. And then at the end, you see Stafford Chavis. He actually is one of the doctors. I'm all banged up. You'll see that in the scissor reel too. And then he's basically seeking revenge on the behalf of his friend's, family. And then he snaps my neck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So that's it. What happens? I mean, you just go like this, or what?
They snap in
Give us-
reverse.
Snap your neck and then I die.
There you go.
No, they don't snap in reverse. It was forward.
And what about Tapping Out? Because I don't know about that one.
That is a film that we're going to be doing in the end of spring into the summer.
Okay.
And I believe in some places in Ronkonkoma.
Okay.
And I play a mob-connected guy that runs...
Of course, it's all about the mob.
Yeah, that's big in demand these days.
I know.
That runs a chop shop, but my friend, who is Frank Herrera's character, who is also the writer and the producer of the film, He's also co-writing with Thomas Robinson. Shout out to him too.
Tell Frank to give me a buzz.
And Richard Kern's also involved with directing too.
Oh, that's that older man. Right?
Richard Kern actually discovered me.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
he comes to the film festivals a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think.
That's why I first saw the Fontana.
Yes, and then that's how you met me, right?
Right.
Yes, wow, that's funny. What's
He
wrong
actually
with-
discovered me in Roosevelt Mall.
Really?
Yeah, I actually was skipping work that day.
Uh-oh.
I went to the gun range,
there's
and then I
that.
went to the mall because I wanted to get a hat. And then I see him, he's raffling off a car. I'm like, yeah, I'll fill it out, give it a try. And then he was telling me, it came out of the blue. He's like, are you an actor? I'm like, no. He's like, would you like to be an extra? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Why not, right?
And then he was also looking for another extra for Even the Score. And he was looking for someone with a cop uniform who was a cop. And I told him, I'll do you one better. I have a friend who's also an actor who also is a cop. And that's my friend Frank also. Hey, Frank.
Oh, I know Frank.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when he got involved with
you don't
Even
know.
the Score,
They're all actors.
when he got involved with Even the Score, that's how he met Michelle Astor.
Oh,
Little Michelle.
Michelle, she's
So
a
then
beauty.
that's how I met Michelle through the show.
Well, Michelle,
I would
she's
text
been on the
back and
show.
forth. And now,
Her daughter
yeah.
sang on the show. Her whole family was here.
Right.
Great people,
Okay.
great family.
Yeah, they're great people.
And this is it. It's another family, another extension. It's another value add to the Breakfast Club show now because now we're involved in the Fontanas. You obviously, did you get the part yet or not?
Not
Jerry
entirely
Ferretti, are you
sure,
watching?
but,
Michelle is watching.
Better.
I actually was speaking with Jerry today.
Oh,
and,
you did?
yeah.
Okay.
He says that my look reminds him of his younger brother.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And I'm very
That could be good.
Yeah, because
What
since
does
I
that
got
mean?
the look
I don't know.
and the acting.
That's it, Jerry.
Yeah.
He's got the look.
There you
He's
go.
got the personality, and look how handsome he is too.
Thank you.
He adds to the set of already handsome and beautiful people.
So you're saying if you want a career advancement, don't go to your work.
Go to the mall. Go to the mall.
You know,
Go to
my
gun
boss,
range and
my
go
boss
have fun.
my boss keeps teasing me. He's like, I'm starting to get a little worried now. You're getting a
how
lot more.
cute.
Because I'm his best entry writer, I also do importation, mostly for clothes, garments, and
Interesting.
various things. If you're familiar with Furla,
Yes.
every week of Furla, we have to import their bags.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
I need to meet your boss.
There
He's
you
got
go.
to come on and
Another
show us
connection.
the pocketbooks.
We also clear for Gucci sometimes.
Get out.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. I need a number. Gucci. Susan, he's connected to his boss who imports Gucci's. Guys,
Valentine's Day is
you got
coming up.
women in the audience here. He's got to come to the show.
You know,
I should have stayed that first. All right, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So that's great. So,
Yeah.
but you're going to work. Everybody has to still keep their job. I mean, unless
yeah.
you become this millionaire from the acting,
Well, that's the goal.
you know.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
goal. But,
That's the goal. But you know what? Let's face it.
Listen, I'm the type of person that, I try something, it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, life goes on.
You gotta,
Exactly.
you gotta try it, right? You
Yeah.
gotta,
And if you don't
right?
try,
You can't do anything great from the sidelines, right?
no, I never thought at 70 years old that I'd be doing what I'm doing now.
You sound
listen,
70.
You look younger than
I'm
that.
going to be
College.
71.
in college, which was many years ago, I got an extra part as an extra in So Fine.
Extra is so
With
nice.
Ryan
It's
O'Neal
fun.
and
They feed you,
I call
too.
them Jaws. Anyway, the point was, what was that boring? Being in the same place for 3-4 days, shooting one scene. It was okay, got paid for, but it's a lot of work. And of course, you've got SAG, and you've got all the other all the other unions there, and all put in place, and you got to all be in the same place. But it's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
What's
It
it,
is,
hurry-
but
we
you know
want
what?
to work,
right?
Once
Hurry
you
up
get
and wait.
used to it,
You know?
you get used to it, John. Then when you
No,
go
no,
to
you
an
do.
extra, you meet all these great people, and you're eating and you're drinking and you're having fun anyway. So
More
it's
fun
not bad.
than entering export.
Yeah, probably.
I like meeting people. I think people are very interesting, especially in the
Yeah.
business.
Yes.
And yes, it's a lot
lot of-
more fun than sitting behind the computer 8 hours.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it all everything happens for a reason, and I
Yes,
hope you
I'm a
join
big
us on the
believer on that.
Fontanas. You will laugh. I'm like really.
Well, when I saw
act
the first-
older than I am on the
When I
Fontanas.
on the Long Island Film Festival, right?
Yes.
When I saw the first episode, it was I also told Jerry this. So, like, it's very down to earth.
It's real.
And it feels real. Kind of feels like,
Home.
kind of drama that we find. Yeah, we find in our own family.
Exactly. That's the nice thing about it. It's very true. And we don't get dirty. I mean, but there are some scenes that are a little obnoxious, but it's good. And we had the first 3 episodes last week, 2 weeks ago, and we were sold out. And we're going to have another one now to show it again because everyone couldn't get in. And it was an unbelievable feeling to be watching yourself on the screen, on a big screen.
Sometimes I still can't get over it. Like, sometimes I'll look at myself because I'm like my biggest critic. Like, I'll look at like, I could have done that better, and I don't want to look at it.
Yeah, but you can't think of it that way.
Yeah, I know.
But the best part is at the end when people say,
you're never gonna be happy with the final thing you do, right? You're always going to find something to improve, and no one else noticed, by the way. But at some point, you just got to say that's it, and you got to trust yourself, right?
Yeah.
But it's that mentality where you're always looking at is what keeps driving you to improve.
I get a lot of compliments on my acting, and sometimes I'm in disbelief. I'm like, well, what do you see? Like,
but you're very natural. So now somebody told me, which I won't say who, that you have a lot of charisma. And you do. Doesn't he have charisma, guys? Come on.
He walked in the room and commanded it.
Yes.
Just you, me, and him. But
I think it's really good.
Because I remember going to a Rolling Stones concert, the old Shea Stadium, and going, after a while, you watch the same group a few times. It's we're gonna see. You're not excited like you were the first time.
Right. It's the first one is always the best.
And they're older and stuff like that. And you learn to. They're like, we were down by the floor, and it's saying, and at some point, he's on the runway on the edge, looking up to the upper deck of Shea, and then watching it, and they're going wild. And I swear, you can see a little vibrating and go, he's got it. There's a charisma, right? There's something about it.
There's something.
There's something about him that he knows how to,
And today bald men are everybody loves bald men. So you got it going.
I'm working my way.
You got it going too.
I actually lost my hair when I was in my 20s.
Was it tough for you, right?
Yeah,
it was. That thing called freesia, whatever it's called?
No. I had what's that thing called? You get the white scabs on your scalp. Eczema, there you go. Thank you.
Oh, psoriasis. One of the two.
No, it was eczema.
And it just fell off?
It just fell off after a while. I was getting like shots in my scalp from the doctor. I'm like, I'm trying to reserve it. And then all of a sudden, when I'm in my late 20s, I'm doing comb over. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Oh, God, comb over. I just committed and just shaved all of it. And I get a lot of compliments on my shape of my head.
Yes, you got a good shape. Yeah. You're a good looking guy.
Those skin oils on and everything, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
No, I'm out of all seriousness. I know a lot of people that they take care of that part.
And that's a modeling thing you could do with the bald head too. They look for models.
I was suggested to go in that direction to Stafford Chavis for Day Staff. He complimented me on my acting. He liked me right off the bat. I was like, when we were doing Kyra Kill, I'm like, I think we should rehearse because when you snap my neck, I don't want to go one direction and you go the other and actually snap my neck.
Oh, God.
So, right off, he's a wonderful actor and he complimented me very well and I would always appreciate that.
Well, February is the month of love, Valentine's Day. Everybody get their shopping done yet?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. This
Prime.
Valentine's Day, our performer, I don't know if you know Eddie Sessa. He is a Sinatra singer. He comes on the show a lot. Tonight he's at Casariano, which we usually go sometimes for a drink. Mm-hmm. We're not going tonight, but he sings great Sinatra.
Oh, yeah.
And he also sings at the Polo Lounge. If you have a loved one, on Valentine's Day, he's singing at the Polo Lounge, Westbury Manor. There are 3 seatings. It's a fabulous Valentine's night out. We're going, a few of us, at 6. They're already sold out for 6, but they have 3 seatings. It's a great thing to do, and he is a fabulous entertainer. We also have this week, the opera is back, and it'll be back. It'll be on my website on February 10th. If you love opera, or your mother or your aunt loves opera, it's $20 to go to Huntington in this beautiful church right on Main Street. You can have a snack, go to opera. That's one of my accounts that I do their marketing. It's fabulous. Greg, my co-host, is usually the maitre d', but he's not going to be there this week. But They actually say the scene in English, one scene from an opera, and then sing it. It's gorgeous, dressed to the nines, very nice. So that's happening this month. These are all the things that we do as an extra. Bat Boy is coming to us in March, and Ray Negron. Do you know Ray Negron? He's the Yankees big shot.
Okay.
He wrote a few books. He was the glue that kept the Yankees together with George Steinbrenner.
Oh.
And they'll be showing a Bat Boy play here in Floral Park. We'll be working with them on that. And another thing we're doing is if you have any women in your life that want to donate dresses for the prom, we're doing a prom night with the police and the Long Island Volunteer Center. I'm only collecting jewelry here on nights of the show. Any kind of old-fashioned jewelry you want to donate. And everywhere else you can drop off gowns, shoes, hats, whatever, at Westies. And it's all on my website. And what else is happening? Oh, Bob D'Amato. He's another singer. Bob is going to be our singer. We're having a big Valentine's show if you want to come. Lots of networking. It's going to be on a Monday, the day before Valentine's Day. We have food, breakfast, the works. We have a blast. And it's a show like outrageous because we have audience that day.
What time is that?
12 o'clock. Yep. So we have a lot of great things coming up. Hopefully Greg will be back by Valentine's. And I saw today on, the things I read, clean up your cell phone. Why should you clear cookies from your phone?
No.
You're supposed to do it.
Yes, you are.
So you want to say something about that? It clears.
I thought you meant wiping it with a cloth.
No, honestly, what goes on your home computer goes on your phone as well. That Google browser,
That's right, because
it collects a lot of stuff, and you never know what's hidden in your history and cookies.
Now, does that work with the Wi-Fi, like the connection with the devices? Because I'll be thinking about something on the phone or the computer, and it'll come up.
That's karma.
Here's the
Unless
deal.
that's something else.
That's something else. You're connected.
Here's the deal. Everything that you visit, okay, everywhere that you go, there's always a little history that gets stored away there. Mm-hmm. And if you happen to go to a site by accident or something that was malicious, you might get rid of the malicious stuff, and then you happen to, for some reason, to hit the bookmark, and you go back to that same site. Guess what? You're going to get that malicious piece again. So that's where you clear it.
And a lot of the services sync, so you Google your iPad, what I'm on an Apple, right? They sync through, so when
That's
I go
right.
to my
So-
phone, it's picking up the information from my laptop.
So that's why certain websites that you go into and it says accept cookies, it's just basically a link.
Yeah, kind of. It's well, you can explain it, but it's letting it's dropping
all the cookie does
yeah.
is just remember
See
the
what,
credentials
yeah.
of what you did.
Right.
What your device is, so that way you don't have to log in again.
Yeah.
Me personally, I want to log in every single time. I don't want anybody to automatically put me in,
Yeah.
because that's how people get hacked into, because the credentials auto log them in with their passwords.
Yeah.
So right now, today, don't. If you don't have to, don't.
Don't, yeah.
You know?
So you
now-
go to the browser history and say erase or clear it.
Right, go into it's in browser
Right.
security,
And you can
go
and you can
clear
do it
cookies.
automatic. And you can do
Yeah.
it automatically clears the cookies every time when you're done.
Now these programs, all these apps you put on your phone that do that for you, they're collecting.
They're
the
collecting
data.
it.
I swear,
Oh,
you don't.
geez.
They
You don't
go
know
and
what you're doing
You don't
half
know
the
what
time.
it's reading, where it's sending the stuff to, but it's saying it's cleaning, but it's
Yeah.
collecting and.
So meanwhile, you got all that information on Facebook anyway.
Well, it's true. So, Mike, what other comedic things do you? I heard you're a comedian too. Is that true? You little comedy, a little funny.
No.
You have a little funny side to you. Well, that's what I heard. I do my research. So, come on now.
He's
But
Let's
just
get
fun.
on
Hey,
with
He's
it.
holding on to it.
hey, be funny.
No, I heard you.
Yeah, do something.
Do I amuse you?
Well, I heard that he could be very on the funny side.
I guess
I know
when the
you do
moment
acting.
strikes.
Yeah, you're like it's just it comes out. That's what I heard about it.
Yeah.
It just comes out.
A little fun on the set
Oh.
too, and
I guess when the moment arises.
Yeah, you have like that little funny sense of humor that you could see. You're thinking. He's always thinking.
He would have been great in the Bronx when I had the Villa Avenue feast. Okay, and the characters that you meet back then. There was a guy at the Villa Avenue feast. His name was Lefty.
Yeah, I'm
make this
familiar
up.
with Lefty.
You cannot make this up. And he collected the money. I mean, it was amazing. And then another person, which kind of blew me away, he was called the Hitman.
Yeah, well,
He
we
drove the
like all
Lincoln,
those guys, you know.
But he drove the Lincoln, and he had the trench coat on.
And he's acquitting you with this,
I
by
see.
the way.
I don't like.
It's because the next movie I'm doing is mob affiliated.
it.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
exactly.
the
I was-
Fontanas is becoming mob affiliated.
I was the CB.
Yeah, he was telling me about that. I'm like, of
We're
course I
start-
gotta do that part.
We're starting to find things out about our family now. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, you know, I lost my husband already on the show. My husband, they killed. Well, he had a heart attack. But yeah, I had a husband on the show, but he's dead already.
Wow.
So there's a lot
Can't
of
keep
things
long.
coming up on the Fontanas that is really a lot of fun. So you're gonna love it. And then, you know, because now we know each other, guess what?
Well, I'm looking forward to doing that.
There's a rule.
What's the rule?
The rule is everybody helps me with my packages, my bags.
Oh,
and
she pulls up.
everything. I pull
When
up
I
with
did-
a lot
You
of
did
crap.
When I did Kyra Killer, I was also a production assistant, so I'm familiar with all the lugging around stuff, so don't worry about it.
Believe it or not, I met some of the people I met just because when I get there, my trunk is my car is my
We
office.
know her trunk.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, that was great.
We know the
No,
truth.
by the way, I don't think there was any accident. The look on your face, what she says is a rule in this, and you're like,
What's the rule?
that was no acting. That was-
So
You don't talk about Fontanas. Second rule, you don't talk about
we
it.
don't talk in advance. Well, we don't even know half the time.
Nah.
They don't tell us too much in advance, which I think is better. Because then you might have the opportunity to tell people that you're not supposed to.
Well, if I'm blessed of getting that part, hopefully, I'm looking forward to it.
I think you're getting it. What do you
Yeah,
think,
all right.
guys? I vote for you. That's for sure.
I think he will.
That's for
Got
sure.
it.
yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Well,
Why not? Yeah.
Susan was in it too.
I tuned in to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
And,
it, so
Yeah. Well,
And now I know you've
we
got
have
neck
four-
snapping skills.
Yeah. Have you seen the four?
Right,
the
and
four
then you have
ones?
and you know how to run over a
You know,
family.
Yeah.
The four little
got the truck.
clips. Have you seen them? Or no.
No, not the four. I just saw the one.
Oh,
now.
I have them. I'll send them to you.
Yeah,
later.
absolutely. I want to see
Yeah.
it.
They are funny. They are really. You know, I can't even believe like I'm having a ball. So you know, another thing that I'm learning. Kathy Bertolino Williams is watching. Kathy, maybe you can donate a piece of jewelry for the prom boutique in April. That would be great. We would like that. And if you guys know, if you know anyone in restaurants, anybody, send them our way because restaurants want to, you know, talk about Valentine's Day. Those are our
I think I have a
sponsors.
Valentine's Day joke if anybody
Okay,
wants to
let's hear the
it.
joke.
So a gentleman's in a bar. He sees a beautiful woman sitting at the bar. Goes up to her, talks to her, and actually finds out that she's a prostitute.
We have one of those in the book.
Yeah. So,
You know, says the woman who says she works at night.
so he asks her, like, you know, how much for, you know, one of these?
One of these?
Yeah. Am I allowed to curse? I don't know.
Yeah, you're allowed.
Yeah. A BJ. Okay, we'll make it PG. So she says, $50. They go in the bathroom, they do the business. It was the best one that he ever got. Next night, he goes back in. Yeah. Next night, I'm sorry, the first one was a hand job.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The second time around, he asks for the BJ. Same thing, goes in the bathroom. And then finds out, let me ask her, you know, to do
Little more.
the whole thing.
Oh.
Meat and potatoes.
He's like, if you're able to achieve, you know, I messed up the joke. I'm
No, you
sorry.
didn't.
No,
Nah.
I messed it up. I
Well,
stink. I'm no joker.
No, that's
No, there was other things included. I didn't include it. I'm sorry.
You know, you're trying to tell a joke in this environment, a dirty joke in this environment.
I'm trying to make it PG, but I really can't.
Well, that's all right. You could say it. Go ahead.
Do over.
Do over.
Here we go.
First night, goes in, asks for the hand job. They go in the. She says that it's going to be the best hand job you're ever going to get in your life. She goes and points out to the front of the window. She's like, "You see that Mercedes out there? I got that strictly from hand jobs." He goes, "It's going to be fantastic." Goes in the bathroom, and it was. So then the next night, he asks for the BJ. She goes outside. It's like, "You see the house on the hill up there?" Yes,
That's my
strictly
house.
from BJ's. Does the business. He's like, it was the best that he ever got in his life. And then he asks for intercourse. And she goes, if you want intercourse, it's like, it's like, you see that whole town out there? He goes, yeah. If I had a vagina, I would own the whole town.
Worth
that's
the wait.
pretty
Worth the
cool.
wait.
Yeah. So listen, would you like a
Oh, sure. Thank you.
macaroon? These
Look
are
at this.
delicious. Thank you,
What a great
Susan,
show.
for bringing the
Oh, thank you.
macaroons. A great snack we're going to have.
Oh, great.
And you guys get to go home and eat in the car, a little snack. Did you ever used to eat Lorna Doones when you were a kid? That's an Italian thing. We always
Sometimes.
had
With
them.
milk.
So that's for you. Usually you get Italian bread on the show, but I was running late today, so you're getting Lorna Doones. But we believe that breaking bread with everyone is very important, and that's why you're getting something to eat.
Okay.
And that's what we do here. We're missing Greg, of course. He'll be back soon. Susan, thank you for this beautiful table. Everybody loves it. It comes out so nice on the screen
Nice
when
ones.
we see the show.
Oh, the background is great.
Susan does all the decorating for us if you ever need a decorator, and a lot of other things. She's quite the lady. But I met her in the diner. I met most people in the diner. And I met
night?
her in the diner
At night?
People. Yeah.
5 years ago.
They hang in
and
Donegal or whatever.
Since that, I used to have a spot in the diner where I did my work because I can't
See?
do work in the car.
With the table.
Yeah, the car is just really my office, and then I need a diner to do the
The
work.
car, the
So that's how I met her.
Mercedes.
And she used to give me a whole corner table, and I used to put all my stuff out, and people would buy my book. It was just really, it was a great intro, and she's still here with me, and we fight a lot, but she's a sweetie.
Well, families fight.
Yeah, well, we're family now, right? And she has quite a history, too. She had a salon in Manhattan. She was the first lady to do eyelashes for all the movie stars. She knows them
yeah?
all. Yes.
That's fascinating.
Who was the most popular one you did? The guy, right?
Carly Simon,
Oh, Carly Simon, yeah.
Rod Stewart, Manny
Rod
Stewart,
Stewart.
George Hamilton, Tommy Toon from Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had quite a lot of stars in her.
George had the permanent sun.
From
Yes, yeah, George
It was
Hamilton.
always, no matter what.
He was a good-looking guy.
Came in with a
Michelle Diaz Barani says, I love your show. Well, share it and tell other people for me about it, okay? And you and your friend there, it looks like you have a little romance going on with Craig. Craig and Michelle, they're sending each other lots of love notes on the set here. So that's really cute. And remember, love is in the air. It's February. We celebrate Valentine's Day for the entire month. We're going to be with all this lovely, delicious looking stuff. Candy's welcome when you come. Anything you want. It's also my name day, Valentine's Day, and I'm Valentina.
There you go.
So today's show is sponsored by our great guests. It's also sponsored by Oro Puro Jewelers, Teddy and Christina. If you need jewelry, go on Hempstead Turnpike, see Teddy. Teddy's Teddy. So you gotta go see Teddy. He's a great man. He has great prices. You tell him the show sent you. Or we deal every day with Tranquility Spa, which is right down the block. $45 for an hour massage for your loved one, your mother, your aunt, your sister, whatever. Tell them the show sent you. You'll get treated very nicely. And they're in Franklin Square. So on that note, let's see. Are we up? We're just about ready to go.
Oh.
Justin, thank you very much. We have a
Good job.
great tech guy now, and he's just wonderful. He's early. He does what he needs to do. If anyone needs him, let me know. He's great at what he does.
I got his card already.
Oh, see that? Very good. And on that note, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's a
everybody.
wrap.
Thank you, Valentina.